Welcome to the Shreveport Connection with Tommy. This video is on your Raw results. And we start off with birthdays. November the 14th. The videos on the November 20th episode of Raw. The birthdays, Calypso the 14th. He was born in 1986. Ooh, yeah! Macho Man Randy Savage. November 15th, he was born in 1952. Died in the last couple of years. November 17th, Ryan Braddock had a birthday. He was born in 1980. November 19th, Miss Elizabeth. Macho Man's former girl. She was born in 1960. And November 20th, Rudy Charles, referee. He was born in 1977. On to the news. Two-time WWE champion, AJ Styles, along with NXT champion, Drew McIntyre, made an appearance on 97.9, the box in Houston, to promote the big wrestling weekend for WWE. During the interview, Phenomenal One was not shy about sharing that he is aware that at 40 years old and accomplishing all he has in the business, there are only so many years he has left. And you can see a video of his interview at this link here as a comment to transcripts from Wrestling Inc. as well. Styles commented, the older you get, the less energy you have to maintain it. It is what it is, but if you still have that drive and you still can do it, why not? Get in the gym and get it done and look good in the meantime. Work hard now. You'll enjoy it later. In a couple of years, I'll be able to catch every football game, every baseball game, every basketball game, cheerleading, gymnastics, whatever my kids are doing or into. When the host of the show told Styles that he did not want him to retire, AJ replied with, man, I'm 40 years old. If you're not able to tune into this past Monday's edition of Raw, Paul Heyman once again showed why he is the best to hold a microphone in the business. While Paul Heyman was alerting AJ Styles of what was going to happen to him when he stepped into the ring with Brock Lesnar this Sunday at Survivor Series, a man proposed to his wife. While Heyman was speaking, the crowd's attention immediately shifted to Survivor Series, to congratulating the newly engaged couple. Paul Heyman was not too pleased and shared a few words of advice to the future newlyweds. As you see what happened at that link. Well, this is what actually happened a week later. From Fightful.com, got in contact with Erin J., who was the woman that was proposed to live on Raw, and she gave her take on herself and her fiancé, Brandon, being acknowledged by Paul Heyman on live TV. Erin said, honestly, it made it that much memorable. He acknowledged us when he could have just ignored us. Brandon wasn't meaning to pick the time Brock came out, but it just happened. It was put up or shut up at that point. It actually made him and Brock smile. How freaking awesome. Well, also, as seen on Raw this week, NXT talents Mandy Rose from Tough Enough and Sonya Deville both made their main roster debuts. Mike Johnson of PW Insider is reporting that NXT stars Liv Morgan and Ruby Riott were also backstage at Raw. And there has been talks of the female NXT star talents moving to SmackDown. Raw general manager continues to tease an impending match up with Triple H, as seen on Angle's Instagram account, Instagram.com, The Real Kurt Angle. It's been 16 years since I squared off with the game, Triple H. He's now my boss, so things have changed. But the one thing that remains the same is that I will not be a doormat for anyone. That's not me, and it's not my style. Things can only go two ways from here, better or worse. Either way, I will be prepared. ESPN has a story here about how some of the charity work that WWE did over Survivor Series weekend in Houston. It was noted that Booker T and NXT tag team The Street Profits worked with Habitat for Humanity on a house for a family in need. AJ Styles and Mark Henry helped out at the Houston Food Bank, while Samoa Joe, Finn Balor, Sasha Banks, and Alicia Fox worked with AmeriCares to hand out medical kits hours before Sunday's pay-per-view. Hulk Hogan sent a tweet to Paige regarding her return on last night's Raw as a heel. Hogan noted that if she really wants to go evil, then he'll dig in his Hollywood rulebook. As seen below on Twitter, as comments are heard here at Hulk Hogan. At Real Paige, WWE, it's really good to see you back where you belong. I like your crew. If you really want to go evil, I'll dig in my Hollywood rulebook. Loves Hollywood Hulk Hogan for life. Jinder Mahal versus WWE Champion AJ Styles is currently planned in the main event at the WWE Clash of Champions pay-per-view. According to PW Insider, WWE previously indicated that Jinder's rematch would take place on this week's SmackDown, but plans were changed. Apparently, an angle will take place tonight to set up the Clash of Champions match between the two. Clash of Champions takes place on December 17th from the TD Garden in Boston. Raw star Sasha Banks recently answered some fan questions for the Manchester Evening News. And here are the highlights from her. If she could pick any female legend that she'd like to have a match with, she said there's a lot. I'll choose Trish Stratus, Mae Young, Jacqueline, Jazz, and Molly Holly. Her best friend in the company, my best friend is Big E and Bayley. Ronda Rousey comments on Ronda Rousey in wrestling in WWE. Ooh, train hard, girl. That's it. Bye. You're not on my level. I know jiu-jitsu. January's coming. A women's Royal Rumble. That would be amazing. We have enough girls to do it. If you bring up the NXT girls, you can bring back past girls. That would be awesome. That would be incredible. Hopefully it happens. To comment if she wants a match with Stephanie McMahon. I would love to wrestle Stephanie. I would love to let her know that I am the boss of the WWE. She can be the princess, but I'm the boss, the true boss. If she could pick AJ Styles or Shinsuke Nakamura to come to the Raw from SmackDown, I love my Shinsuke, but I love AJ Styles. He is legit phenomenal. I love picking his brain. Honestly, he's the best in the world right now. He's a great wrestler, and I love him. Roman Reigns defeated The Miz for the WWE Intercontinental title at last night's Raw. At Raw this week, due to The Miz taking time off for a movie. According to PW Insider, it's believed that Miz will be taking time off soon to film the next movie in WWE Studios series, the Marine franchise. Miz has appeared in the last 3 Marine movies. There is currently no timetable for his return. At last night's Raw was his final appearance until the movie is finished. Jay Lethal spoke with Huffington Post UK on a number of wrestling topics. And here are some of the highlights, comments, future goals in Ring of Honor. There's 2 things I haven't done in Ring of Honor that I would like to do. The tag team titles and the newly made 6-man belts. If I could capture those belts, that would mean I've had every title here in Ring of Honor ever. Even the Pure Championship, because I was Pure Champion for a little while too. Joining the Bullet Club? What? Me? In the Bullet Club? I don't think so. No, those guys are too cool for me. I'll tell you the truth. First of all, I was getting tired of the braids. They talking about losing his hair. I'd had them for 13 years, and also braids. They pull your hair out. So I was starting to think to thin on top, and it got a little embarrassing, especially if I didn't have my hair rebraided. Then you could really tell. So one day I went to the barber and said it was time to get rid of it. He said he was saying no, and I said, "Yep, time to get rid of it." Before he started cutting it, I said, "Hold on, wait a minute. I've got a great idea." Then we came up with the idea to have my hair get shaved by Adam Cole on Ring of Honor TV, which came out awesome. I saw little kids and women in the audience crying and holding their hands over their mouth because they couldn't believe it. Well, 2 movies featuring former WWE Champion Dave Bautista will be added to Netflix soon. Bushwick and Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy 2, which will be added on November 24th. By the time this video gets uploaded, it'll probably already be on. Let's see, Bushwick will be added on November 24th. Guardians of the Galaxy will be added on December the 5th. So Bushwick should be on Netflix by the time this video is uploaded, because my internet's so slow. It's now confirmed that that former World Heavyweight Champion James Storm is no longer working for Impact after they did a farewell segment at the November 9th Impact TV tapings. The Wrestling Observer newsletter reported that Storm was working under a guaranteed deal that paid him $150,000 to $200,000 range, which ran out. It's not considered to be a big number, but the company cannot afford numbers like that anymore. Regarding there being no Hall of Fame ceremony at this year's Battle for Glory pay-per-view, once Jeff Jarrett left the company, the idea was to induct either his father, Jerry Jarrett, or Mike Tenay. The Observer noted that Mike Tenay wasn't happening either way. So soon the idea for the ceremony was nixed. There were rumors of Storm going into Hall of Fame, but the Observer noted that he was never on the list of names being considered. Well, I didn't get any results for any dark matches prior to Raw, so I'm going straight to the show. Live from Toyota Center in Houston as Michael Colesaw welcomes us. He joined him with Corey Graves and Booker T. We go to the ring. Out comes Raw Commissioner Stephanie McMahon. Stephanie welcomes us to what is officially the A show. She talks about her brother Shane McMahon and says, because of last night, Raw General Manager Kurt Angle has no worries and his job is secure. Stephanie now introduces us to the man who led Team Raw, her husband, Music Kid. Out comes Triple H to a pop. And we see pictures from last night's Survivor Series main event, including the Triple H Braun Strowman incident. Music hits before Triple H can even speak. Out comes Angle. Angle gets right in Triple H's face in the middle of the ring. Angle says, "This isn't Kurt Angle, the GM talking. This is the Olympic gold medalist and WWE Hall of Famer talking. If Triple H ever pulls what he did last night, he could take the job and shove it because he's coming for Angle." A yes chant starts out for the crowd. Stephanie says Kurt is speaking to the COO as the GM. She appreciates the intensity and the fire, but she warns him not to jeopardize his career again. The music interrupts. Out comes Jason Jordan marching to the ring. Jordan wants his dad to put him in a match with Triple H tonight. Fans want it too. Stephanie warns that Triple H would tear Jordan apart and make a mockery of him. Stephanie says Triple H isn't afraid of anyone in the locker room. Music hit. Out comes Braun Strowman. Braun marches to the ring. Braun stares Triple H down. Triple H backs away a bit as Stephanie leaves the ring. Triple H goes to the apron, but is still staring Braun down. Braun marches to the ropes and stares at Triple H, causing him to drop down to the floor. Triple H leaves as the stare down with Braun continues. Stephanie makes Jordan versus Strowman for tonight. Braun stares Jordan down as Angle gets in between them. Braun's music hits as they exit. Samoa Joe and Finn Balor backstage walking. And here's a video of them for this next match. Samoa Joe versus Finn Balor. Back from the break, I'll curse Finn Balor first. Samoa Joe follows. Joe unloads after the bell and beats Balor down in the corner. Balor finally connects with a drop kick, but Joe goes right back to work on him. Joe keeps Balor grounded now and beats him around. Balor ends up knocking Joe off the turnbuckle to the floor outside. Balor runs the ropes and nails a big dive to the floor. Now we go to commercial. Back from the break as Joe continues to dominate Balor and shut him down when he tries to get going. Joe with a headbutt to the spine. Joe with a running elbow and a kick to the corner to drop Balor down again. Joe only gets a 2 count. Balor finally drops Joe with an overhead kick. Balor makes a comeback. Balor with a missile drop kick to the head. Joe goes to the floor and Balor drop kicks him through the ropes. Joe catches the kick from the apron and slams Balor onto the apron. Joe runs the ropes and nails a big dive through the ropes, sending Balor back to the barrier. They bring him back into the ring, but Joe catches Balor with an STO for a 2 count. Balor then blocks the Uranage, but Joe chops him. Balor nails a sling blade. Joe drops Balor and hits a senton for a 2 count. Joe waits for Balor to get up. Joe applies a coquina clutch and drops back, but Balor rolls through and nails a double stomp to the stomach. Balor then drops Joe coming out of the corner. Balor goes to the top, but Joe crotches him. Joe overpowers Balor and drops him with a coquina clutch again, tightening the hold in the middle of the ring as Balor goes out and Joe wins. After the match, Joe so tall as the music hits, the referee checks on Balor. Coleslaw shows us highlights from last week's WrestleMania 34 on sale party in New Orleans. Still to come segment, Roman Reigns will be on Miz TV. Also, a look at Brock Lesnar's Survivor Series win over AJ Styles. Back to commercial. Back for the great weekend of WWE Christmas segment with Luke Gallows and Carl Edison. Can be found at this link. Coleslaw leads us to highlights from Universal Champion Brock Lesnar's win over AJ Styles at Survivor Series from the pay-per-view. Jason Jordan approaches Kurt Angle backstage and asks if he's really going to let the match with Strowman go through. Jordan says he's hurt. Angle says Jordan told him he's all right, and Jordan says he just said that. Then because Triple H was out, Angle doesn't agree with canceling the match. Jordan says he's right. He's the only one that can beat Braun. Jordan gets hyped up and says Angle's blood runs through him and he can do this. He's not afraid of Braun, and when he's done, Braun will be telling horror stories about him as Jordan walks off. Asuka versus Dana Brooke. Video can be seen at this link. We go to the ring. Out comes Asuka to a pop. Back to commercial. Back for the break as Asuka waits as Dana Brooke makes her way out. We see footage of Asuka dropping Brooke from last week. We also get a sidebar interview of Dana saying she's been studying the Asuka WWE Network collection and she has holes in her game. Dana says that she will take Asuka's undefeated streak tonight. The bell rings and Asuka strikes first. Dana tries to fight, but Asuka works her over and takes it to the ropes. Asuka knocks Dana off the apron with a hip attack. Asuka poses and mocks Dana now. Dana comes in, but Asuka sidesteps and takes her down. Dana ends up putting Asuka on the head and slapping her. Asuka fires back and unloads, getting the win with a kick. After the match, Asuka to a towel as the music hits and then we get replays. So come segment, Roman Reigns on Miz TV, back to commercial, and we get the video link of that. Back for the great, we get Curtis Axel, Bo Dallas, and Intercontinental Champion Miz out for another edition of Miz TV. Miz tried to introduce his guest, Roman Reigns, twice, but he doesn't appear. Finally, Reigns appears in the crowd with Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. The Shield makes their way to the ring. The Shield hits the ring and Miz says his guest tonight was Reigns. The Shield brags on the win at Survivor Series last night. Miz mocks them for being back together. He leads to fans chanting, "This is awesome," as the two sides have words. Rollins mentions how he and Ambrose will have the Raw Tag Team titles back soon. Reigns says he can't be the only one without a title. Rollins points out how Miz has a title. Reigns asks Miz if he's free tonight and asks Houston if they want to see the match. The segment ends with the Shield destroying Axel and Dallas while Miz looks on from the ramp. Miz has not accepted the challenge as of yet. We get a look back at tonight's opening segment. Charlie Caruso is backstage with Braun Strowman. In regard to Jaden Jordan not being scared of him, Braun says that makes him unlike everyone else, including Triple H, as Braun walks off. Till the come segment, Braun versus Jordan by commercial. Next matchup, we got Dean Ambrose versus Sheamus. Can be found in this link. The video. Or highlights of it. Back from the break, we get Reigns versus Miz is confirmed for the title. Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins await in the ring as Raw Tag Team Champions. The Bar are out for singles action. Sheamus and Ambrose go back and forth to start. Ambrose catches Sheamus off the ropes, takes him down by the arm. Sheamus fights up and out, beating on Ambrose against the ropes. Sheamus ends up keeping control and sending Ambrose to the floor as we go to commercial. Back from commercial, and Ambrose looks to make a comeback, and Sheamus powerbombs him for a 2 count. Sheamus keeps Ambrose grounded and focuses on the elbow. Sheamus continues to dominate for a minute as Ambrose has some fans chanting, "You look stupid," at him. Sheamus poses and talks some trash as Sheamus grabs Ambrose by his face and goes for a suplex, but is countered. Ambrose decks Sheamus with an open hand strike. Ambrose looks to make a comeback again. Ambrose decks Sheamus and sends him into the ring post. Cesaro comes over to check on Sheamus. Rollins cheers Ambrose on. Sheamus counters early needs, but Ambrose unloads with strikes. Ambrose with a knee to the gut and a pair of clotheslines. More back and forth. Ambrose dodges a bro kick, sending Sheamus to the floor. Ambrose runs the ropes and nails a suicide dive on Sheamus. Cesaro ends up attacking Rollins from behind, allowing Sheamus to roll up a distracted Ambrose for a 2 count. More back and forth between the two. Sheamus ends up hitting a super rolling senton for a close 2 count. Cesaro can't believe it. The finish sees Rollins take down Cesaro on the floor and unload on him. Ambrose takes advantage and hits dirty knees on Sheamus for the pin and the win. After the match, Rollins checks on Ambrose as we go to replays. Matt Hardy is seen backstage when Jason Jordan walks up. Jordan is confident that he can beat Strowman tonight, but he asks Matt if he has any advice. Matt talks about how he's faced all of the big guys in WWE, but being in the ring with Braun is a truly humbling experience. Matt has learned a lot of lessons over the years in WWE, but the most important of all may be that some nights it's just not your night. We got a commercial. Back from the break, out comes Raw Women's Champion Alexa Bliss as JoJo does the introduction. Bliss says she's been reading social media, but everyone can keep their keep their pats on the back. She says she's only had 5 days to prepare for SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte Flair, but she still took her to the limits. She only won because she got lucky. Bliss says she's still the goddess of WWE, and there's not a woman in WWE who can hold a candle to her, which can be seen in this link. Music interrupts. Out comes Mickie James. Mickie asks, who else here is tired of hearing the same old talk from Little Miss Biscuit Butt? They had more words until Bayley came out. Bayley addressed Bliss and says she's not the same person that got beat for the title. Bayley means no disrespect to Mickie, but she has to jump in line because that title is hers. Music interrupts. Out comes Sasha Banks next. Sasha says Raw deserves a boss, not a little you-know-what like Bliss. Music interrupts. Out comes Alicia Fox next. Fox brags on leading Team Raw, and she also wants the title shot. Bliss says, looking at them, not one is deserving of a title shot. Music hits and Bliss leaves the ring. Kurt Angle comes out and stops her. Angle says Bliss will get another chance to prove she's the champion by facing the winner of a fatal 4-way that is to begin right now. Angle walks off as we go to commercial. Fatal 4-way to crown number 1 contender, Alicia Fox versus Mickie versus Bayley versus Sasha. Back from the break as Bayley ends up in the ring with Sasha. They go at it and trade holds. Bayley drops Sasha for a 2 count as Mickie breaks up the pin. Fox comes in, but Banks drops her with a backstabber. Then the bank statement. Bayley breaks up the pinfall. Sasha sends Bailey out of the ring with a knee to the eye. Mickey with a neck breaker on Sasha for a 2 count. Match continues until the music hits. Out comes Paige for a big return pop. Could be seen at this late. Everyone is shocked at Paige. She takes the mic and asks if we missed her. A yes chant starts out for the crowd. Paige apologizes for interrupting the business in the ring, but she has something to say to them and the fans. I'm back. Paige says she doesn't think the crowd is loud enough. She gets another pop, and a welcome back chant starts up. Paige says she didn't come back alone. She takes off her jacket and heads down to the ring. Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose enter the ring to drop Mickey as Paige looks on from ringside. A chant for WWE NXT starts up. Sasha goes after Mandy, but Deville makes a save. Mandy drops Sasha. Bailey enters the ring, but Paige comes from behind and drops her with a kick. Fox watches all from ringside and runs away to the back. Mandy drops Mickey, and Deville drops Sasha again. Paige goes after Bailey and drops her with a rampage in the middle of the ring. Paige poses with Mandy and Sonya as we go to commercial, which all can be seen at this link. Back from the break, Paige, Mandy, and Sonya backstage with Renee Young. Bliss quickly interrupts and gives them props, saying Paige doesn't have to explain herself. She dismisses Renee. Paige introduces Mandy and Sonya to Bliss, and they triple team her and beat her down, destroying her in the back, and they leave Bliss laying. Braun Strowman versus Jason Jordan. Jordan sizes Braun up to start the match. They meet in the middle of the ring, and Jordan decks Braun in the mouth. Braun charges, but Jordan retreats to the floor. Braun's furious. Jordan comes back in and moves as Braun charges in the corner and hits hard. Jordan tries to drive Braun in the corner, but he can't get him up. His leg goes out, selling his injury. Braun tosses Jordan and floors him in the corner. Can be seen in this match as Braun watches as Jordan is on the floor again. Kane enters the ring and takes out Braun from behind. Referee calls for the bell for the disqualification. We're in the match by DQ. Braun Strowman. After the bell, Kane beats Braun around with a steel chair. They go to the floor and Kane uses the ring steps. Kane drives the chair into Braun's neck by slamming it into the steps. Braun grasps for air as the officials try to help him out. Braun isn't interested as he slowly makes his way up the ramp as we go to commercial. Back from the break, we see what just happened to Braun. Coleslaw says Braun is refusing medical attention. We go to the ring. Out comes the Cruiserweight Champion Enzo Amore with Noam Dar, Tony Nese, Eric DeVere, and Drew Gulak. Can we see that this link? Enzo brags on retaining his title over Kalisto at Survivor Series. Enzo says he's still the face of WWE 205 Live, but it wasn't easy because there was an army of haters. Enzo goes on and talks about how Gulak, Nese, DeVere, and Dar have improved since joining the Zoe train. Music interrupts and out comes Rich Swann, Cedric Alexander, Mustafa Ali, and Akira Tozawa to the ring. Enzo says it looks like Kalisto's luggage didn't make the flight. He asks if they want to join the Zoe train. Cedric says they're not here to join the Zoe train. They want a title shot. The difference is that they are willing to earn it, not like Enzo's gang of suck-ups. Enzo asks if Kalisto has been poisoning their brains. This leads to Swann stepping up to Enzo, calling him nothing but a catchphrase and a t-shirt without his boys. The two sides have words before a big brawl breaks out. Enzo retreats to the floor and watches, smiling as we go to commercial. We got Mustafa Ali, Cedric Alexander, Rich Swann, and Akira Tozawa versus Drew Gulak, Tony Nese, Eric DeVere, and Noam Dar, which can be found at this link. They go to commercial and come back, and the match is underway with Angle making it official. Gulak and Swann start off after a pin attempt by Gulak. Swann with a drop kick to the Gulak as Enzo pulls Gulak to safety while Swann is going for a move. Swann gets cornered at ringside, but his partners came around from behind to help. Enzo runs in the ring for safety. This leads to Swann chasing Enzo and Gulak dropping Swann with a high knee. Gulak gets a 2 count. DeVere tags in, double teams Swann for a 2 count. Swann fights up and out, but DeVere stops him from making a tag. Swann tries again, but DeVere floors him with a clothesline. Nese ends up getting involved, but Swann drops him to the floor. The match is falling apart bit by bit as the referee counts. Enzo goes after Swan again, but misses. Swan runs in and finally makes a tag to Cedric. Cedric unloads on Dar and then sends Glock out as Tozawa assists him. Tozawa then runs the ropes and hits a dive on Glock. Nice drops Cedric into the ropes with an elbow, but didn't see the tag to Ali. Ali dropped Dar and goes up top. Nice pulls Dar to safety, but Cedric stops him with a lumbar check. Ali nails a reverse 450 on Dar for the pinfall. After the match, babyface celebrate and stand tall. We get another look at Kane's attack on Braun from earlier. Renee is trying to get an update from the trainer's room when Angle walks up. Angle says Braun refused medical attention and he believes Braun has left the arena. Renee asks about the repercussions for Kane, but Angle says he will address it later. He has to check on Jordan now. Jordan says he feels like he let Angle down tonight, but Angle dismisses the idea. Miz walks in and makes a case for Angle to nix tonight's main event. Angle is worried about Jordan. Miz begs him and says he's not canceling the match. Miz better get ready to defend. Miz leaves. Angle tells Jordan he did not let him down. Jordan says Matt Hardy was right. Braun is a monster among men. Telecom segment, Reigns vs. Miz for the title. Online. Back from the break, we get Elias in the ring with a spotlight and a guitar. Can be found in this link. Elias gets some heat as he starts his performance. He says he's not worried because he's in a good mood as Raw did great at Survivor Series last night. Elias starts up his newest song, but fans interrupt him with a chance of boos. Elias tells us to shut up and starts the song again. He stops again and asks the fan to stop clapping along because it's throwing him off. Elias sings about beating Matt Hardy last night. Music interrupts and out comes Matt to the ring, but he's not wearing ring gear, as it was on the pre-show, not on Survivor Series itself. Matt enters the ring and Elias immediately attacks him. Matt fights back and takes Elias down. Fans chant for Matt as the brawl continues. Matt beats Elias down in the corner. Elias blocks a twist of fate and retreats as the fans boo him. Matt's music hits as he tells Elias to come back for more. They talk trash to end that segment. We go to commercial. Telecom segment, Reigns vs. Miz. Intercontinental title match and your main event was up next. Can be found at this link. Reigns vs. Miz. Back from the break, out comes WWE Intercontinental Champion The Miz for tonight's main event. Roman Reigns was out next. We get formal ring introduction from JoJo. The bell rings and Miz goes right to the floor to stall. Reigns ends up chasing Miz back into the ring and Miz tries for a cheap shot, but Reigns floors him with a big right hand. Miz drops Reigns over the top and comes back in. Tries to score a Corsican finale, but it's blocked. Reigns with another block before a sit-down powerbomb. Miz kicked out at 2. Miz rolls back to the floor for a breather. And commercial break. Back for the break. Both go down as Reigns drops Miz with a suplex. The both get up and Reigns hits clothesline. A couple of clotheslines. Reigns with another big clothesline for a third one. Reigns unloads with a big shot in the corner as the fans count along. Reigns runs the ropes and nails a big boot to the face. Then readies for a spear, but Miz gets up and retreats to the floor. Miz kicks Reigns on the floor and drops him with a DDT. Miz returns to the ring as the referee counts. Reigns out. Reigns makes it back in just in time. Miz drops Reigns for a close 2 count. Miz keeps Reigns grounded with a chin lock for a wrist hold. Reigns fights up and out of the hold. Miz catches Reigns and hits a backbreaker, neckbreaker combo for a 2 count. Miz argues with the referee because he thought he had a 3 count. Miz with a running shot against the ropes. Reigns looks to make a comeback. Miz moves out of the corner as Reigns misses. Miz with a pair of quarter drop kicks. Miz charges a 3rd time, but Reigns lifts him for a Samoan drop. Miz blocked it and rolls Reigns up for a 2 count. Miz runs into a boot, more back and forth between the two. Miz charges in the corner, but Reigns moves again. Miz ends up on the mat. Reigns regroups a bit. Miz keeps control and drops Reigns with another knee to the gut. Miz with a yes kicks down. Reigns catches a kick and hits a Samoan drop for a close 2 count. Reigns gets hyped up as he waits for Miz. Miz blocks the Superman punch, but Reigns blocks the skull crusher finale. Miz drops Reigns again with a knee and covers for a 2 count. Reigns clutches knee, coming off the move. Miz stomps on Reigns. Now as Miz with a boot to the throat, as the referee warns him. Miz with a big running clothesline in the corner. Miz goes up top, but Reigns nails the Superman punch to knock him out of midair. Reigns gets a 2 count. Reigns gets hyped up again, and he waits for Miz. Sheamus and Cesaro run down, but Reigns swings at them, missing on the apron. Miz comes from behind and nails the Scorcher finale, but Reigns kicked out right before the 3 count. Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose run down, now to take out the bar at ringside. Miz and Reigns are both slow to get up. Miz turns around into a spear from Reigns. Reigns recovers for the pin and the title. After the match, Reigns takes the Intercontinental title for the first time as Rollins and Ambrose join him to celebrate. We go to replays. We come back to Reigns posing with the title as the Shield stand tall as Raw goes off the air. What happened after SmackDown? Bonus footage and this link. From the Raw main event, it's all Roman Reigns defeat Miz to capture the Intercontinental title for the first time, become the Grand Slam champion. After Raw went off the air for the dark match, saw the Shield put Miz through a table after his Intercontinental title loss to Roman Reigns. WWE posted the video of Miz ranting about the loss, like I said, probably in that video, until the Shield came back to destroy him, putting him through the table, as noted. PW Insider first reported that Miz was written off TV as he's off to film the next installment of WWE Studios film the Marine franchise. No word yet when he will be back. Nia Jax also tweeted the following to Paige, Sonya Deville, and Mandy Rose after their big segment on last night's Raw. As noted, Paige returned with the WWE NXT superstars as they took out Mickie James, Sasha Banks, Bayley, and Raw Women's Champion Alexa Bliss. As Nia wrote on Twitter, at Nia Jax WWE, welcome back at Real Paige WWE. I see that you brought some new friends along with you. Interesting, what y'all did last night. Too bad I didn't get to welcome you and your crew in person. And that concludes my results for this week's Raw. Let's see what I'm going to be. If you don't know, just comment, brothers and sisters.